So be very welcome to this first day. I really enjoy you are here today with me, and I can assure you are not going to waste your time. Mental game is not something you can not do. It's very important in golf, 90% mental, 10% technique. Well, if you believe golf improvement needs years, you are being lied to. The truth, your learning curve is long because your system is wrong. And today we will fix that. Every golfer has a personality on the course. Some overthink, some rush, some freeze, some chase perfection. But here's the secret nobody teaches. Your personality dictates how fast you learn. Once you align training with who you are, everything accelerates. Imagine learning in weeks what others take years to master. Imagine stepping onto the tee and already knowing that this round I progress, this round I will improve, this round is going to be better. It's not hope, it's not luck, it's a system. It's the system that allows you to believe. This is the moment where the game finally feels possible. There are 4 phases of learning. Everybody has it. First one, excitement. It's everything great. Then, frustration. Adjustment after, and consistency for the champions. Most golfers stay stuck in phase 2 for decades. Frustration. Why? Because they don't understand what their brain needs to transition, to go to the next level. Today I'm giving you that missing link. Here is how. If you reduce variables, your brain adapts faster. You focus on one cue and your technique stabilizes. You use slow reps and the nervous system stores only the movement you are thinking about. You integrate visual anchors and your tempo becomes natural. You avoid technical overload and fear decreases instantly. This is science, not opinion. Let me tell you something curious about golf. Players who have been around for years often face the same struggles as beginners. You believe that? You know that. Yes, they can hit beautiful shots, but when frustration shows up and there's no process, their game collapses. Under pressure, their skills shrink back to an amateur level. And now, let me tell you about Andrew. Andrew, he is 42 and has played golf for over 20 years now. He knows every technical detail, but his nerves always betrayed him during tournaments. He told me, Sonia, I know what to do, but I just freeze. So we didn't change his swing. We built a mental sequence to protect it. Within 2 weeks, he noticed something. His tempo became natural. His decisions became clear. He stopped rushing. And at his next competition, he didn't even realize how calm he was until his partner said, "You looked like you were playing alone out there." It was beautiful. That day, Andrew didn't just play better. He became the golfer he always wanted to be. Calm, confident, reliable. And if you are still learning, you haven't faced this pain yet, but you will, unless you learn now from day one to protect your technique. Because without a process, pressure resets your skills. You can learn everything, but if you don't have a system, if you don't have a process, it's not going to work. With a process, pressure activates your best version. Wouldn't you rather build that protection from day one so your best swing stays with you round after round after round? That's exactly what we do here. We don't just teach you what to do. We guide you through the sequence that keeps your game stable when it counts. Picture this. You hit a bad shot, but instead of collapsing mentally, you recover immediately. Your next swing is clean, tempo, back, confidence, intact. You don't spiral, you don't chase corrections. You stay in your rhythm, like a pro. This is what accelerated learning feels like. Now, let's go deeper. Every champion uses a pressure shield, a mental protector that holds the technique steady when nerves rise. The shield activates. You breathe differently, you think differently, you move differently, and suddenly pressure stops being an enemy. It becomes a trigger for precision. Imagine that. Pressure helping you instead of destroying you. What do you feel about that? Now, you understand how fast progress really happens, but this is just the beginning. You will discover something even stronger, the rhythm of champions, the system that makes you consistent regardless of the day, the mood, the pressure, or the stakes. This is where everything comes together. Take a deep breath. Now that you are here, let me tell you something important. You are not broken, you have no problem, you are not inconsistent, you are simply using the wrong system for the type of player you are becoming. And today, that ends here. Now, imagine this. You walk onto the course, completely calm. Your body is grounded. Your mind is sharp. Your swing feels clean. And for the first time, you actually trust yourself. Not because you force it, but because your system is aligned. This is what we are opening today. There is 3 layers of performance. 1, the mental layer, the processor, the engine behind everything you do. If it fires wrongly, nothing else will work. Then, second, the body response layer, the stabilizer. This decides if your swing is smooth or collapses. And finally, the technical layer, the expression. It's the technique you worked so hard to build. And, of course, is the most important thing, but if you don't know how to respond to pressure, if you don't know how to control yourself, you will collapse. And then there is no technical skill that is going to save your swing or your putt. And here's the truth. Most golfers train just the last layer and ignore the first 2. No wonder pressure destroys performance, of course. Think about your last round. The moment when the heart raced, the hands tightened and the swing shrank. That was not your technique failing, or it might not have been. That was your processor sending the wrong signal. It tried to protect you, but it cost you the shot. It's about the nerve system. You are not inconsistent. You are just unprotected. Let me show you the pattern behind every collapse and see if it resonates with you. A thought triggers uncertainty. The body enters defensive mode. Breath shortens. Tempo change. Technique breaks. Well, has it happened to you? This entire change happens in seconds, but once you know how to intercept it, you never play the same again. And you are going to learn it here. And now, the formula. Here's where your transformation starts. We install a mental shield, not a mantra, not a positive thinking, a real neurological system that stabilizes your breath, locks your tempo, protects your technique, and keeps your swing natural, even under pressure. This is the foundation champions use, and you can use it too. Remember the last time you doubted yourself. Now imagine replaying that moment, but this time you stay calm. The swing flows. You hear the ball compressed perfectly, and you walk after it with the quiet confidence of, yes, this is who I am now. Would you like to play like that? Would you like to feel that? Well, that's what we build in this program, and we are starting with these 3 days. A version of you that doesn't collapse, a version of you that trusts, a version of you that finally feels unstoppable, the unstoppable golfer. Well, this is the first part. I gave you the architecture behind consistency, and tomorrow I will going to show you something even more powerful. How to cut your golf learning curve in half. Yes, in weeks, not years. If you think today, open your eyes, wait until you see what's next.